Today in class, you're going to be watching a video. If you need some more help with the repeating decimal, I have another worksheet on that. I also am going to try and attach a couple of videos on the daily planner that you can see, or else they will be in the Google Classroom. So this one should be a pretty easy one for you to do. Remember, when it's 2 repeating, you want to be thinking of x is equal to 0.2666. That's what's repeating. So since only one number repeats, we are going to take 10 times that 1x. 10 times that 1x moves our decimal over. It is now 2.666 repeating. We are always subtracting the 1x from that, which is nice because we already know that 10 minus 1 is 9x equals, this is 0 point, this exact number, 266, and it repeats. As you begin to subtract this, when you do the subtraction, the 6's cancel the 6's, that's 0. 6 minus 2 gives us a 0.4. 2 minus 0 gives us 2.4. So 9x equals 2.4. Last year, remember solving. 9 times x means we're going to divide both sides by 9. But we cannot have a decimal as part of our fraction. So this is 9.0, this is 2.4, meaning we're going to multiply them both by 10, and our final answer would be 24 over 90. Now, when you take a look at 24 over 90, you might be thinking, oh, I know I can simplify that. Like I know I can divide by 2. So could you first simplify it by 2 and get 12 over 45? Yes, that's a better answer. This would be fine. This is better. And even better is if we divide it one more time, and if we divide them both by 3, we would get our final answer that you might see in the back, 4/15. We're going to look at the lesson. If you do have more questions, make sure you take a look and go over those. As you take a look at our notes as we are doing this tonight, you're going to be filling this in on your own. So as you are taking a look at lesson A5, this is just kind of all what we've talked about the last few days. Rational number can be written as a fraction, whole numbers, integers, fractions, repeating decimals, terminating decimals, and it will also include our perfect, square, and cube roots if they're perfect. Irrational is a number that cannot be written as a fraction, includes the non-terminating, non-repeating, and this is the key thing, it's our non-perfect squares and cubes as you look at that. Okay, as you are taking a look at this next part down, as you take a look at that, we are looking at what is a real number, and a real number is going to be every number in our number line. So it's every rational and irrational as we are taking a look at that. And it says here you're going to be learning more in your high school math and algebra classes. So again, more specific, whole numbers, integers, so the least restrictive is our rational. It's either rational or irrational. It can't be both. And then these are my real numbers. So any of our non-perfect squares, notice this looks like it's almost repeating, but it is with the dots back there, and it is a pattern, but it does not repeat. So what you are going to be asked to do is to circle right now. So you might pause the video and you are asked to circle any rational numbers by looking at this. So circle your rational and underline any that are irrational. Keep in mind, if there's no decimal, it's rational. If it's a terminating, it's rational. If it's repeating, it's rational. Non-terminating, non-repeating is irrational. So pause the video for a minute and please do that. So as you are looking at mine, hopefully yours looks similar. And the only other one that I didn't do was this one would also be an underline. So make sure yours looks similar. Keep in mind that you don't want to think, notice this number 8 says, don't you think you guys can stop fighting? You're both being irrational. So both of those irrationals, you get the joke. As you take a look at this next one, you are going to be classifying. You're going to put an R for rational, an I for irrational, both or neither. So again, I want you to look back at your list. Whole numbers should be R. Integers, R. Fractions for sure. Square roots that are perfect, R. R. So keeping in mind, it probably can't be both and it can't be neither in this case. So these should all be R's. Then we have I, and I. And it says what types of these numbers are real numbers? Every single one of them is real, all rational and irrational. And again, as you look at this joke, man, this guy just goes on forever if we are looking at it. Pi continues on and on forever. So you are asked to classify and write the numbers in each of the categories where they fit. So as you are taking a look at this, think about where they fit and write those in right now, and pause the video and you write them in, and then you'll see it. As you are taking a look, this is what yours should look like as you have them all filled in. Make sure that those are making sense to you as you look at where those fractions, decimals, and all the different numbers fit in, the square roots, the non-perfects, and the perfects. All right, so try writing this. Yesterday we had our quiz. The quiz went through the first 12. You're going to have to do this again. So try writing them all. And when you are done, you'll see what this is, but try it on your own. Pause the video, and then you'll check. You're doing well on these. They are going to help you as you do your number lines. Remember these first, you're going to do all of these, and you're also going to see another worksheet on Google Classroom that you can do for extra practice. This is what is due for Tuesday. No school Monday because of Labor Day weekend, so make sure you take a look at this. And I will be attaching that other worksheet on this notes also, and also on Google Classroom.